Michael, so Barbra Streisand, Steven Tyler, Don Henley, the stars are out in Chicago the next week and a half, 2 weeks, and who better to tell us all about it than front row Phyllis herself. By the way, Richard and I were talking earlier. Do you actually sit in the front row?
Well, sometimes a little backstage.
Yeah, I like it. I knew that.
Right?
I knew that.
Right?
Let's kick it off with Barbra Streisand, United Center tonight, right?
Tonight, and tickets are still available.
Okay.
She is actually here. She has a new album coming out at the end of this month, and it's actually something a little different for her. It is a Broadway classics,
okay,
and she does it with some of the biggest Hollywood names. So it's actually going to be great. Tonight's show is going to be great. Tickets are still available over at United Center.
Some of the tickets really expensive, though. Right?
They were really expensive. They started off really expensive, and then they've come down in price. So that's a good thing because, like you said, this is the week of legends. I mean, everybody's in town over the next week and a half.
All right, let's go country right now, though. If you want country, you've got it coming up at Joe's in Rosemont, right?
Yeah, I love Joe's Live. Have you been
I
out
have
there?
been. It's a terrific venue.
It really is. And so Kelly Pickler's here, and we know her from, she came in number 6 at season 5 of the American Idol, and then won Dancing with the Stars. She's also got a reality show with her husband. I love Kelly Pickler, so she's going to be in town over at Joe's, and that is on August 11th.
Okay, now also out in Rosemont coming up, if you want a blast from the past, you got the ticket here, right?
Yes, you do, and that's Johnny Mathis, and he is here on Saturday evening. He's actually here celebrating his 60th anniversary in the music business.
Did you say 60?
60. In the music business. He's not 60, but he's celebrating. So he must be 62, right?
Yeah, something like
that. So, yeah, that should be a great show as well.
Another one coming up next week, Steven Tyler. And it's kind of interesting to me because there's probably a whole new flock of fans who know him best from American Idol.
Right. Well, you know him from American Idol. You know him as the lead singer for Aerosmith, but this is something different. This is his kickoff, his debut appearance of a solo artist, and he's got a new country album out, Country, which is really great. It actually, the first week, it sold over 18,000 copies. So it's going to be fun. It's a different venue for him. He's at the Chicago Theater on August 13th.
Steven Tyler goes country.
Yeah,
okay.
Right?
All right, now, if you want some classic rockers, that's on the menu as well, right?
That's over at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, and that's on Saturday evening. So we have Journey, Doobie Brothers, and then they brought their friend Dave Mason along with.
Way.
Yeah, so that should be a great, that is all classic rock. All the way you look at it, right?
That's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
All right, now, Ravinia coming up Sunday and Monday. The place will be jammed for Don Henley, right?
Yes, Don Henley, Ravinia, and it's just going to be great. This is actually his first solo album in 15 years. He actually released that about 10 months ago. So yeah, and he's crossed between going from, in the end of the 90s to 2016, and he went from the Eagles to his solo albums and his solo appearances. So it's going to be great to see him out there for 2 days.
Always a great performer. And then also at the United Center next weekend, you got Pitbull coming in, right?
We do. We have Pitbull along with Prince Royce, and they are calling this the 2 Latin hit makers.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and actually, interesting enough, this is actually Pitbull's first headline tour, which was interesting that I found that out because I always thought that he's been headlining, but he hasn't. So I would bring out your dancing shoes, and a lot of energy is what I recommend.
All right, everybody looks forward to the shows at Wrigley Field, and we got a big one coming up. In fact, 2 shows coming up.
On August 20th and the 22nd. Yeah. Eddie Vedder and his friends, Pearl Jam, are going to be here.
Right.
And this is actually their 25th anniversary of playing together, which is pretty huge when it comes to, rock and roll and bands and musicians and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be great. And that, again, is on August 20th and 22nd at Wrigley.
We all know Eddie really enjoys Wrigley because he's a huge Cubs fan from way back. And and for more information on all of these acts, where do we go?
Just go to frontrowphyllis.com.
Very nice. Hey, we didn't even mention Tony Bennett. He's coming to town too, right?
He is. 90th birthday. He's going to be here on Saturday at Ravinia. Yep.
He's here every year pretty much to celebrate his birthday,
which is a
right?
good thing.
Yeah, he's been doing it for like 30 years, it seems like.
Yeah,
so.
which is great.
It is, it really is. Phyllis, good to see you.
Good to see you.
See you in the front row.
See you in the front row.
Okay, all right. Darlene.
Hey, that guy behind you guys, Corey, and front row Phyllis, just wave at him because he's had a front row seat to everything that you guys have done out there, and he just stood there.
Soaking it all up.
Yeah, telling his friends,
Okay.
hey, check out Fox on TV. Great job out there, you guys.